So we were discussing about what's the target audience. Right? Basically, we are looking at right why the Gen AI that matters for your business today, and we know that it's revolutionizing the entire world. And how does this is going to help us in building diverse applications that are going to be very useful. So the main challenge here is to understand that there is a rapid evolution happening, and we need to integrate the generative AI with all our products. Again, this revolution is happening very fast. So Gen AI models are available. There are some free versions, some paid versions having different capabilities. So our intention here is to make sure that everybody understands how can they use it in their corresponding fields. And there may be some complexities in terms of the integration of any of the model that exists, right? So normally we have two options here. One, to write a model for ourselves, that's a development side, and one more that is coming straightforward, which we try to integrate the existing models with our products. So in order to do this, we will be facing something called as a talent gap. So skilled professionals are required to understand this implementation and how to modify that and use it in our say our products, right? So also we can see that there is limited knowledge, right? And also the competitive pressures. So how to handle all these together in a real world scenario to answer the business challenges these days is what we are basically looking at. So this workshop is having a comprehensive structure wherein it's like a workshop having a lot of practical implementation hands-on sessions. I'm going to demonstrate some of the hands-on part in today's session itself, just to give you a hint that how the actual session will go ahead. All right. So in addition to that, integration of the Gen AI to own data, such as building up a chatbot that is related to your field, right? We will have an actual hands-on of building a chatbot of your own data set. We will be discussing that in the main session. So that's what is going to come as an application part. So if you are into the education field, academicians, or maybe I saw we have many of you are from the financial technologies, right? So corresponding to each one of you, right, we will give a hands-on session which will include how to build a chatbot. That's one of the very simple application. Once we have some idea about this, definitely this is going to be ignite the first saying that how do you implement this in your actual fields at a later stage. Also, there are many potential concerns related to this Gen AI, such as, right, potentially, is it good to adopt Gen AI? And what could be the job opportunities, right, because of this Gen AI? Should I know prompt engineering? And will it help me? Also, there are many concerns related to the job displacement. What happens if automation comes into picture? Maybe we face ethical consideration regarding bias, because bias is something which exists in most of the trained models. All right. So also how this workshop is going to help you out, right? We will learn ultimately that, right, this Gen AI is basically focuses us on human and AI collaboration. It's not going to replace human capabilities, but this has to be an augmentation. All right. So that's the very big picture on which we are going to concentrate in this whole workshop. So let me give you an idea about how will be the hands-on sessions that are going to take place. So let me start with one very simple example of using the generative AI. So let's say that we have this is example related to one of the most tedious jobs that we normally face on a daily basis. It's about making the presentations. It can be for a new product launch, or I want to explain the product to say someone who could be the future investor or something, right? So normally we have to say make these presentations, right? So one such example I just would like to show you here as a first hands-on session. So if you have any of the AI tools open with you, such as ChatGPT or Google's Gemini, or even the Microsoft Copilot, you can also try along with us. All right, so this I have already typed and kept it ready just to go about, right? So you can see that you can write something called as a prompt. What is a prompt? Prompt is something like it's a natural language.
Prashant, 1 second. If you can zoom it a little bit, I think it will be visible, right? Please feel free to stop and ask. Yeah, I think this is better, right?
This is better.
Please, yeah, I think I can able to see.
Yes. Please let me know if you have any inputs like this, because I was not aware of that was not visible. Thank you for pointing out. All right, so we were discussing about what is a prompt, right? So prompt is something using which we communicate with these models capable of generating text or images, right? So this has to be in natural language, right? So let's say this is what is a prompt. So you see that you type the text, right? Again, there are several rules to write these texts, because normally whatever I ask a question, right, this tries to give an answer. But if you want to get the appropriate answer from these models, definitely you have to write according to certain rules. So what are those rules? That will be coming as one of the module in our workshop. Okay, so the details of how to write these prompts will be coming over there, but now I'm directly showing you the usage. So let's say that I will ask a question saying that, okay, I need 10 slides related to a product. Let me say that my company is launching a say product called Super AI Helmet, and I try to give a name. Actually, I can give a lot of other information, but just to save time, right now we will not go about the details of this. So let's say that if you are using a ChatGPT creates, right, all the slides and the details for it. Right. So should I copy this and paste it into the PPT? If you ask that as a question, answer is no. You don't even have to do that. All right. So just copy this, right? Because if I copy and paste this onto let's say a PPT or a presentation slide, I know that I have to make a lot of modifications over there. Right, I may have to select different themes, the coloring options, the photographs, or the pictures that are required to be presented over there. Right, that actually is a tedious job. Right, so what we do, we'll go back. So you can see that directly you can go to the office.com in Microsoft. This is the website for using the Microsoft Office related tools in online mode. Okay, so in offline this is not going to work. So this, you have to go to the online mode itself. If you open the PPT directly, this technique is not going to work. So we'll go to this. We'll click on a new Word document. Okay, so click on this. That actually generates this, a document.docx. So what I do, I simply paste whatever I had copied. I simply paste it. Right. So this is the text that is generated by the AI tool. I use ChatGPT. You can use any other tool. So by the time, if you are also going along with me, I'll give you 1 minute of time to do this. All right. So before that, while people do this along with me, I'll give you what are these Gen AI models. So Gen AI models are basically deep learning models. Deep learning is a part of AI, which is artificial intelligence, where we try to teach the computers to build the models using mathematics, specifically statistics, to make certain decisions. Decisions are made based upon the inputs given to those models. So input can be text, input can be image, or input can be any other data. Normally, these models were basically built through data classification, but later on, the machine learning changed into deep learning, where models could be built to make very complex targets, such as generating text in a very natural way, or generating videos, generating images, etc. So that's what is the current technology. So the models are pre-built and kept ready for us. So there are free tools such as GPT 3.5 inside the chat GPT, which is free for us. You don't have to pay for it. But if you want to go for advanced capabilities, you have to use GPT 4, which is a paid version inside the chat GPT. Again, right now I'm discussing only about the chat GPT because that's the tool I'm using here. But if you are using any other tool, such as a Copilot of Microsoft or the Gemini of Google, they have their own models built, right? Again, there are free versions and paid versions. Okay, so right now we are trying to, what we did in ChatGPT, we simply wrote a prompt. We asked a question saying that, okay, use this as a question, as a reference, and give me the answer. So this answer, what you see here, is generated by the AI model. The technology behind is GenAI, generative AI. Right. So since these models, the ChatGPT 3.5, what you see on the leftmost corner, right, this is saying that I'm using this model. As I mentioned earlier, this is a free model. Okay, so this model is built to generate the text based upon text input. So the text input I give is a prompt. So this is again a part of Gen AI. We call it as a prompt engineering. So I applied prompt engineering. I gave a prompt, model understood that, and model generated answer. So that answer, now my intention is, how do I simplify my job of preparing a PPT? Right. So what I did, I went to the Microsoft 365 page. I opened a new Word document and I did this. Okay, I'll save this. Let's say now this feature is only available in the online version of the Microsoft. So that's why we came here. So there is an export option. So when you click on export, you can see that export to PPT. So this option is not there in the versions or in those Microsoft Offices installed in our systems. Okay, so that's why we came here. So simply click on export, and now you see that this actually, right? So I can copy and paste the direct content from ChatGPT to a new slides, but slides will not have images. Slides will not have any themes. So again, you have to do a lot of work over there. Now I'm trying to make it very simple for us. All right. So you can see as soon as you come here, you can see that there are a lot of options given there. It also suggests that, okay, if you do want a blank one, but blank is not what I want. I want something which, right, which simplifies my job. So you can see even you can opt for go ahead with the multiple other options as well. You can see if you want more themes, you can opt for. So again, internally, the Microsoft is analyzing the words in this text, and it tries to generate the background, the images, etc., directly based on this. Okay, so I will go with this because I see that this actually I can see some helmet over there. I just say that export me. Right, so it says that your presentation is ready. Let's open that. And you can see here, right? So this is what we have now, right? So again, the slides are you can add. So there is a designer that is coming on the rightmost side. So you can see that, right? So depending upon what exactly you like, you can actually select. Once this is done, you can download this. You can go to this share option, go to the manage access, and yes, you can try to download this onto your system. Right, so the images are automatically selected, and right, you will see that the PPT is almost ready. Minor tweaks are required definitely because it is AI. It's not as perfect as humans in few of the things, such as maybe the content may be slightly not what you expect, because this document we have selected here, right? So that is uh, basically it's AI generated content. If you provide more information to this model, this will generate more precise text. So since I have not given so much data set, simply I ask the question saying that, okay, do this for me in single sentence. This is what is done. So this is one such application, right, where you see that, right, we can use the AI capabilities to simplify our work. This is a most common example of using the Gen AI in our day-to-day life. So this is very helpful, and that's the very first example which I wanted to show you. All right. So any questions so far? Okay. All right. Then
yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
You showed us how to generate information through Gen AI and place that in a presentation. Now, how can we detect once a presentation or say a thesis has been written? How can we detect AI generated information in these products documents?
As of now, according to my knowledge, right, there is no perfect tool to detect the AI content, because the reason is AI, these Gen AI tools specifically for text, they use natural language, right? So natural language is something which we normally speak, normally we type. So there is no difference, because these models have been trained so well using billions of words, characters, in such a way that how to generate natural language. Since the text generated by the natural language is natural, which means it is like human. So again, people are doing a research, I can say, but no perfect answer yet. I hope I try to answer your question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure. All right, so one example is this one, all right, which we have seen just now. All right, so I will show you one more example. Maybe this is very specific to any one of the field. Let us see. Okay, so it will be something like, all right, I have a prompt I already have written. Let me just try to paste it. So I will go to a new ChatGPT. So just here, this is one more example where if you don't have a data set that is available for your experiments or something, it's a synthetic data generation. Specifically, this is towards a financial fraud detection, let us say. And fraudulent data set is normally not available for doing the research. This is what we have seen. So in such cases, right, if you want to generate a data set, right, you can ask. So again, how to write these prompts exactly so that this generates a perfect data set what I'm looking for. There are techniques. Okay, so that techniques we'll be discussing in the actual workshop upcoming, right? So right now, let's not go into that details. So just see that what happens when I run this. So this actually generates, right, anonymized credit card transaction data set. So based upon it says that transaction ID, cardholder name, right, and the number, transaction date, etc. Right, it actually generates. Right, there is one more example, right, wherein we use the power of the tool here is ChatGPT, but on the background there is a large language model LLM is running, which knows how to understand this information I ask in the form of a prompt, how to decode the prompt and understand the natural language present in it, how to decode it, and how to create the data that is required, or how to give the information that is required and that has been asked through this prompt. this is capable of understanding, that is NLU, and there is another part associated with all these Gen AI models, which is specifically for text. It is NLG, natural language generation. So you can see, right? I asked certain questions and it actually could understand. So this data set is not presenting anywhere in any of the websites. It is able to generate that. All right. So that is another example. But again, this is very short. Since we have very short time, I'm trying to show you very simple, what you say, examples only. I'm not going for an example which could take a lot of time for us to understand. All right. So there are many examples related to different fields like life sciences. We can apply this, right? Anyway, finance. I have shown ethics, educational backgrounds for different industries, anything, each and every field, right? Will be having a lot of examples coming up, a lot of hands-on coming up, ultimately to see, right, how do you use all these AI, Gen AI models in our different fields. That's what is going to come. Also, we can look at the generation of different images. Again, image generation, there are models built, pre-built, and we just have to ask. Again, there is a prompt engineering coming. The prompt engineering we use for image generation is slightly different compared to this. But ultimately, yes, they are also very useful, right? You want to generate something like a thumbnail for your company, a logo for your company, etc. Many things can be done over there, right? So the generative AI is huge. And our intention is to discuss the complete capabilities of these models and make sure that you definitely will be capable of using it in your day-to-day life and bring up your business. So that's the big picture what we have. That's the final takeaway from this particular session at the end. Okay, so I have come to the end of this presentation. So I want you to unlock your Gen AI potential and register for the workshop. All right. So please let me know if you have any questions.
I have one question.
Yes, please go ahead.
To explore this Gen AI, do we have to learn about these LLB and other machine learning languages, or?
Yes, I will try to answer that question in this way. So there are the whole field of Gen AI has two options. The first option is to develop your own model, which requires development skills such as learning the coding languages and understanding the mathematics behind that, etc. Okay, that's the first part. And the second part is you don't have to learn anything, right? You can use some of the APIs, some of the libraries that are available, which will help us in fine-tuning the existing models into the ones which I can modify that into the ones which I can use for my business. Okay, so there are two options. So in this course, we are not looking at the first one, that is developing from scratch, no coding. Okay, so we will be discussing how to use the existing models and how to convert them, fine-tune them for our needs.
Okay, yeah, thanks for it.
I hope I tried to answer the question. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking. Yes. Any other questions, please?
Thank you, Hitesh. I think Hitesh appreciated the presentation. Thank you, Hitesh.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us, Prashant.
Nothing as of now. Thank you. Wonderful presentation.
Thank you, Hitesh. Again, anyone, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I know we have exceeded the time by 15 minutes, but since we have started a bit late, so we can extend another 5 to 10 minutes. Um, if you're good, then I just quickly wanted to share that as Prashant was mentioning, that Gen AI for Business Leaders workshop that we are conducting on 16th, where all these use cases, we probably have done only 2 use case hands-on due to the shortage of time. We'll be having a detailed session, 2 days session, which we are conducting 16th and 17th of March, where we'll be discussing all the nitty-gritties of Gen AI and probably take you through few of the probably the ethical considerations of AI and few of the other areas where the job consideration, what kind of jobs would be available, and so on. Right. So probably anybody if have any questions, they can come to us. And this is the link. I'm pasting it in the group in the chat. So probably you can go through and any questions you can ask us. And if you want, our team can give you a one-to-one demonstration or discussion. I see Pratiksha went out and now she coming back. Hi, Pratiksha. I think you have gone, right? Okay. Now she has joined. All right. So I was discussing about, I'll just share my screen if it is. I'll just take the screen, right? Prashant, is it okay, right? You wanted to share anything?
No. All good.
No, right? Okay. Is my screen visible? I can able
yes.
to. Okay.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, fantastic. So this is the workshop, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm talking about. This GenAI for Business Leaders workshop. I have pasted the link to in the chat. You can go through. The program overview is there. It is 2 days workshop, but all the days it's 6:30 to 9:30 in the evening. And I mean, in India it is evening. Maybe in Suriname and other locations you can check the time accordingly. It's a 6 hours live interactive session, and you can also go through who is this program for. A lot of researchers, a lot of entrepreneurs, they wanted to learn Gen AI and utilize in their particular projects, so that it will be helpful for them. So you can also go through. We'll be having 2 use cases. I'll share those directly to the program modules. You can see this is the agenda. We'll be directly discussing about the LangChain part, where we'll be developing a simple generative AI application using LangChain. Also, there'll be a use case related to the financial services, where we will be discussing the sentimental analysis, fraud detection, and also the AI for content generation. So there are a lot of news, articles, summaries, and everything would be discussed in this particular workshop, which we'll be conducting on 16th and 17th of March. Right. So probably you can go through, and if you like the program, please feel free to reach out to us, and we can give you a demonstration again, and one-on-one demonstration if required. We can do that. And also the pricing part, everything is there mentioned. If you still wanted to ask, if you have a group nominations, you can let us know. We can give you a bulk discount as well. So with that thought, I'm good to close. But before I close, I have a small request to everyone. We have a page, KPI Consulting page. If you like this particular session, you please share a review. And probably if you are interested to learn more, we can help you out in any of the other programs, right? So I'm just pasting the link right here. All right. So any questions, ladies and gentlemen? We are open. You can probably ask Prashant or me or anyone. Ans, Priyanka, probably Roma, you're good, right? I mean, how you find the workshop? Probably you can give us a small review. It will be really helpful for us. Bijesh, yes, I have spoken to you, Bijesh. I remember. Uh, All right. So if you do not have any questions, then I think we're good to close. But before we close, one request: you please give us a review. Give us an honest answer. I mean, how you like this session. We'll be looking forward to hear from you. Right. So with that thought, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for attending this session. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Shiva. Thank you, Surya. Thanks, Prashant. I think you have
Thanks,
taken.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Sumit, you have joined. We are just winding up the session. Sumit.